Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Coffee with the Pastors. Pastor Audrey is down at our home with our daughter today, enjoying her day off. So you get me today. And I don't have a nice children's book for you, but I do have a book to share. A couple weeks ago at the Oakton Church, we heard a sermon from Pastor Mandy North over at Manassas. About the third way and some of the scriptures in Matthew 5, the Sermon on the Mount, about going the extra mile, giving your tunic and your cloak in addition, these kind of things. And it stirred my memory on a contemporary parable that I heard from Peter Rollins. Peter Rollins is a theologian, philosopher. He wrote this little book, The Orthodox Heretic, several years ago that's just filled with little contemporary parables, is what he calls them. And this is a commentary parable on going the extra mile. So this is his story. One day, a small group of disciples who had embraced the way of Jesus early in his ministries heard him preaching by the side of a dusty road. As they crowded around, they heard Jesus say, "The law requires that you carry a pack for 1 mile, but I say, carry it freely for 2." The disciples were deeply impressed by these words, for at that time a Roman soldier had the legal right to demand that a citizen carry his pack for a mile as service to the Roman Empire. This teaching not only allowed the disciples to turn this oppressive law into an opportunity to demonstrate kingdom values, but also presented them with an opportunity to suffer in some small way for their faith. As it was common for soldiers to evoke this law, the small band of believers soon developed a reputation for their actions. Roman soldiers would often hope that the citizens they asked to carry their packs would be among these disciples, and often a small bond of friendship would develop between a soldier and these followers of the way. After a year had passed, this custom had become so established in the group that it became a defining characteristic of shared life. The leaders would frequently refer to the teaching of Jesus and emphasize the need to carry a pack of Roman soldiers for 2 miles as a sign of one's faith and commitment to God. It so happened that Jesus heard about this community's work, and on his way to Jerusalem, took time to visit them. The leaders eagerly gathered all the members of the group to hear what Jesus would say. And once everyone had gathered, Jesus addressed them. "Dear brothers and sisters, you are faithful and honest, but I have come to you with a second message. For you failed to understand the first. Your law now says that you must carry a pack for 2 miles. My law says, carry it for 3. The story that Peter Rollins writes puts in perspective this bidding to go the extra mile, that we're always called to go the extra mile, not to create some new doctrine expressing how we're supposed to do this, but to be pushing ourselves. So right now, I've been thinking about our laws as a nation and in communities are telling us to stay at home, to avoid contact with people, avoid groups more than 10. Well, what if we went the 3rd mile on that? And we very intentionally avoided even groups more than 6, or whatever that might be. It's a time to go the 3rd mile, and that's an expression of our love for one another. Well, as with all Coffee with the Pastors, I want to end with a little joke. This joke comes to you from our Oakton Church board chair. So if you have a joke that you'd like shared on Coffee with the Pastors, just send it to us. We'll be happy to share it. So here's his joke. A mother was preparing pancakes for her sons, Kevin and Ryan, and the boys began to argue over who would get the first pancake. Their mother saw the opportunity for a moral lesson. If Jesus were sitting here, he would say, "Let my brother have the first pancake. I can wait. And so Kevin turned to his younger brother and said, Ryan, you be Jesus. I don't have like Audrey here to laugh at my jokes today. It's kind of sad. Well, may you go into the world today with a piece of encouragement to go the extra mile. Go in peace.